I've got something really exciting to share with you guys. We are going to be embarking on a months and maybe years long project together. We're going to be looking at every single hero and aspect pairing in Marvel Champions. So, welcome to every hero, every aspect. I've recently caught up on playing every single combination myself, catching up on all of the pool aspect combinations. And so I'm just going to run through and share my experiences with everyone as maybe one of the few players in the game who has actually played every single combination. So, in terms of deck building, we're not looking to make the most bog standard strong decks. I think it's pretty obvious like which cards go into those type of decks, but we want decks that have the most synergy with that hero's design choice. So things like Black Cat here, when we play her, she discards the top two cards of our deck. If they're mentals, we add them to hand. Well, we want to add some powerful mental cards to our deck so that when we play her, she draws those things like self-control from the pool aspect, not my responsibility, this kind of thing. So that's going to be the lens in which we're looking at each hero and what each aspect does for them. Not necessarily this card is super strong, so we include it, but this card is strong and it has synergy with our hero. So the very first chronological one we've got here is Spider-Man Pool, and I'm going to try to get through all of the pool decks first, but we might be zigzagging around in there. But this is something that I've wanted to do for years. I mean, ever since I started getting involved in the community, people have asked me, well, you should record gameplay, you should do this, and I always thought it was beyond my technological skill, but I was able to figure it out and start making some videos, and I do keep a standing deck of every single hero aspect combination, so I'd love to work through and share these with you guys. I think pool is a great entry point here just because the card pool is not going to be expanding for it anytime soon, so it's a relatively closed system. The only way these decks might get outdated is if there's some new basic cards that might replace some of the older basic cards. But for the most part, I think pool is a self-contained ecosystem and perfect place for us to get started. So without further ado, we'll get into some of the deck construction, some of the building choices, and then we're going to run the deck against the entire chord box back to back to back, and you guys can see how it actually plays in practice. So, very first installment of every hero, every aspect. If you have any suggestions for the future ones, please send them my way, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So with this series, we're going to kick it off with the pool. We're going to run through every single hero in pool. I'm going to talk about some deck building with pool for them, and then we're going to run through the entire core set. Rhino, Klaw, Ultron in order. I've gone ahead and built a deck with every single hero in pool, and I've done some test games, and so hopefully some of that will show through, and we can get a good idea of how every single hero operates in pool. So the first hero here we have is Spider-Man, and before we talk about the specific deck I've laid out, I'm just going to go through all the pool cards and talk about whether I think they're good for him or not. So here we have the pool events, and a lot of the pool stuff we're not going to be talking about. Most of the icon stuff I don't think is very good for solo outside of specific heroes. So I think a lot of our pool decks are going to overlap a little bit, but that's okay. It's a limited card pool. So for the events, what we're mostly focusing on here are these three: Get Ragey, Not My Responsibility, and Get in Front of Me. And even Get in Front of Me, I'm probably not going to be including in a lot of these pool decks. But for Spider-Man specifically, Get in Front of Me is pretty okay. When a treachery card is revealed from the encounter deck, cancel its when revealed effects. The villain attacks you instead. If an ally or another hero defends this attack, draw one card. Now, most of the time, I do not like Get Behind Me, Get in Front of Me, these kind of effects, because for one, it only cancels a treachery card. It only cancels the when revealed of that treachery, so no keywords like Surge. So it doesn't even work it doesn't even work well on the expert cards, Under Fire, Exhaustion, these types of effects, because you're going to be suffering that Surge anyways. And then of course we have Enhanced Spider Sense, which just straight up cancels it without any attack. Now most of the times the treacheries I want to cancel in hero form are going to be attacks, because that's a common loss condition in solo. If you take a double activation of either kind, either a double attack or a double scheme. But with Spider-Man, he actually gets to draw a card from his hero ability, Spider Sense. When the villain initiates an attack against you, draw one card. So this is kind of an okay cancel to Shadows of the Past or something similar, where we pay it for one cost, so a cost and a card, and then we're getting 2 cards back. So we essentially cycle it, and we take an attack, trump it to an ally. That's pretty okay with me, especially because there's some nasty treacheries in the core box, like Klaw's Sonic Boom can be pretty nasty. The other thing we've got going on here is Not My Responsibility, and if you guys watched my Ghost Spider video, you can see how it can really help us get safe flips to Alter Ego. Now, for Spider-Man, he's got Aunt May, who heals him 4 damage. There's a lot of times you can flip down, you take that scheme for 4 or 5, and Aunt May heals you all the way back up. So pretty nice to be able to just have a way to flip a Spider-Man, because he gets a lot of value out of flipping from his Alter Ego Scientist resource. He gets a free resource there. He gets access to his Genius cards like Moon Girl. So being able to guarantee a flip, being able to heal it back up with Aunt May, very good for Spider-Man. And our last event here is going to be Get Ragey. And Get Ragey, it readies an ally, and that ally gets +1 attack. Well, you know what hero has an ally that takes 0 consequential? It's going to be Spider-Man. Black Cat. You get, she's going to attack for 1, and then she gets another attack for 2, so it's essentially 3 free damage just for the cost of a card. Now, something that Spider-Man also loves to run are allies that have mental resource icons, because Black Panther's effect, after you play Black Panther, discard the top 2 cards of your deck. Each card with a printed mental resource discarded this way gets added to your hand. Well, Nick Fury is mental, Professor X is mental, Moon Girl is mental, so we like to run a lot of these allies. Get Ragey helps Nick Fury and Professor X use up that second hit point that usually gets unused. If we activate them once and then they chump block, there's 1 hit point that doesn't get used. This might be relevant for Ultron, where we get that boost card that deals a damage to the defender. But for the most part, Get Ragey gets us a second activation out of these allies who have big thwart stats. It gets us a second activation out of Spider-Man Miles Morales with his maybe plus attack, so you're getting 8 damage out of him. It's just a swinging web kick with a chump attached. Or you get 2 activations of 3 thwart. It's also nice just to be able to get some of these allies back into our deck faster. Spider-Man has a lot of resources, he has a lot of card draw, so we're going to be cycling through our deck, and we want allies like Moon Girl to not miss that reshuffle. So being able to play Moon Girl, draw into Get Ragey, and then use her twice. She dies to the consequential, goes back into your discard, and then she'll be in your deck for the next deck pass once again. Very nice just to be able to reshuffle our allies. Most of these events, they're just not as good for the cost. The bomb, we've got 3 swing web kicks, so we don't really need another large damage attack. Cut upper stuns, which means we're going to be losing out on that card draw from our hero ability. And we have webbed up, and we're going to be able to afford webbed up. Yeah, not a lot of other options we want to look at for pool events. We'll go over to the upgrades, and here you see you've got quite a lot in the deck up here, but Spider-Man, a lot of people say his weaknesses are thwarting and minion control, and I agree, and that's why we've got Tic-Tac-Toe and Blackout here. Blackout and Tic-Tac-Toe turn his web shooters, if I can find them, here they are, turns his web shooters into either a heal or a threat, so 2 things he really needs. And then Tic-Tac-Toe is a nice mid-range damage option, so you get a couple of resources spent on Tic-Tac-Toe, and you ping that to take out like a 4 or 5 6 health minion without having to waste a swing web kick is very nice. Blackout helps him line up another Confuse. He's very good at being able to add the mentals for both of these thanks to Ingenuity, but we've also got Quinn Carrier, the web shooters, that kind of thing, to be able to help him meet the energy and the physical resource requirements. We've got rock, paper, scissors here, one cost Avengers Mansion some of the times. Now in this deck we have majority mentals and second most physical. So if we're picking resources, then we can either always select energy, and most of the times we're going to hit a mental, or if we are missing out on a physical for, let's say we're missing something for tic-tac-toe or blackout or stick-to-itiveness, then we can call a mental, hit that physical pretty reliably. So almost all the time we're going to be wanting to call energy or mental here, especially because a lot of our stay on the board cards are energy themselves. We already talked about stick. Spider-Man, his readies aren't super useful, but it does let him defend for 3 if he needs to, or lets him get a second basic attack for 2, which can be kind of relevant in some of these matchups where you get tough or Ultron drones, things like that, and he can always trigger it with a web shooter. Lastly, for the upgrades here, we've got healing factor, so just another way to get him up to max health for those self resources without needing to flip for Aunt May, or it lets him take a big attack and heal 2, and then you heal 4 from Aunt May, and you're back up to 10 in a single round. Okay, we're not running the laser swords and live dangerously combo here just because we don't have enough readies to really make use of those laser swords, and we also have plenty of damage between get ragey and swinging web kick and the likes of that. Okay, heading into the supports, we're not using either of the pool supports. Deadpool core ship, we have no pool allies. Plot convenience, there really aren't too many cards that we want to pass to a future turn that we don't want to spend into a metagame right away. Most of the times we are wanting to hit the metagames or hit stick. We're not going to have a lot of leftover resources here. And then the allies, we're not using any of these. For a lot of our pool decks, we're not, just because we're running solo, and some of these icons can be really bad in solo. But really the main reason that we're using them is not so much the allies, because a lot of these are very playable. It's just that they have very little synergy with existing heroes. Of course, the traits are not relevant unless you're Deadpool for some of them, or you're running the Deadpool core ship, which isn't great for a lot of heroes because an extra encounter card usually outweighs the value, or even 2 for some of these. So we're going to pass up on these for Spider-Man, but we will see some of them in future decks in the series. And then lastly, the resources. One of the main reasons that you run pool decks in the first place, but especially for Spider-Man, he's able to keep his health topped up thanks to Aunt May in particular. So we're going to be running all 3 of these. We're going to be at our max hit points a lot of the time, and then very notably, self-control here can be pulled by Black Cat. So you play Black Cat and then you completely refund her cost and then some if you hit self-control and another mental, or even just self-control by itself. This also completely maxes out Moon Girl right away, so if you mulligan and you start with self-control and you have Moon Girl, then you're drawing another 3 cards on top of that for only 2 expenditure, and this is going to pop up a lot in our other Genius pool lists. Some of our strategy with this pool deck is, in particular, Spider-Man can sometimes have dead hands, enhanced spider sense in the player phase, spider tracer with no minions out, and we've got these metagames to turn those into more functional cards. Alright, let's go through the basic cards for Spider-Man. So first we'll go for the allies, and I think our ally lineup is going to be pretty consistent across all these solo decks, unfortunately, just because pool has some notable weaknesses that we need to shore up, and with these huge resource cards, we want to be able to get a lot of value out of them. So we're going to be running maybe some bog standard allies, but we'll go through all of these and show you why. So first, we're going to immediately get rid of these trait-locked allies like the Guardians, because we're not going to be able to play them anyways. And then I know a lot of people really like running him as a web warrior. However, I think sometimes in solo, it just takes up too many deck spots for not enough payoff, especially because
it can be really hard to line up in the early game. He has tons of resources for Web of Life and Destiny, so it's no problem getting that down. He does miss out on his basic ally, which is unfortunate as a Web Warrior, because Peter is like one of the linchpins of that deck. Getting all that card draw is really nice, but you can always just afford Avengers Mansion straight up. So we're actually going to get rid of a lot of these Web Warriors, although I do know you can definitely build a viable Web Warrior Peter deck. Okay, next we're not going to be running any of the cards that discard off of our deck, so White Fox is gone. Here's another Guardian traded ally. Moon Girl we saw is in, she's great. Mockingbird we don't need so much because she turns off our card draw. That stun isn't as important to us, and we always have Webbed Up if we need it. Same reason we're not running Cut Upper. Star-Lord, another Guardian ally. We don't want the extra encounter card for sure. Angel, Storm, and Colossus, we're not going to be getting the discounts on them, and there's just not enough synergy with our deck for that. Deathlock, we're not running any upgrades to put on him. Pete Wisdom, we're not X-Force. Scarlet Spider, another Web Warrior. So it's starting to show off like how what we're coming down to here. So we had Moon Girl, Professor X is in the deck, gets us confused, gets us thwart. Two of the things that Spider-Man is not too good at, and if we pop Blackout, we can always stun a minion as well, just until we draw into an out for that minion. Not super common that that's useful, but we just need to remember that. Okay, so coming down to just a few more allies. We're going to take out the shield stuff. We got no shield cards in our deck. We really don't need to use the Agent 13 Helicarrier trick just because we have so many extra resources. We don't need to be discounting anything else. Longshot locked to X-Men. War Machine, pretty good. We don't need his stuff so much because we have very good sustainability. Blade, same thing. We don't need his chump as much. Forge, we're not running any X-Men supports. Cosmo, we already have Black Cat, kind of a superior version without the guesswork. Cannonball, the only aerial cards we have are Swinging Web Kick, I believe, so he's not going to be so great. And again, we've got Black Cat doing the same type of thing. Okay, so now we're coming down to like the last few allies that are candidates for us that we haven't already included. Hope Summers, we do have some superpower cards, but being able to play her and then play something like Swinging Web Kick in the same turn, while it is possible, it's just not terribly useful for us. She is mental, so you can pull her off Black Cat, but the chances where you're playing her and you're drawing into your superpower card and it's playable all at the same time are just a little bit slim, just where it's not always the best call. And she only searches the deck, so we're going to have one less Swinging Web Kick in our deck after that anyways. I'd rather draw two together than have her and Swinging Web Kick. Now you can always play her and then hold Enhanced Spider Sense into the villain phase, but because it's not a universal cancel, you're not guaranteed to get any use out of it. So that's why we passed up on Hope. You can absolutely include her, and we will be including her in some future decks in the series. Lockjaw, we just have better targets for our resources. We don't need to dump them into him. Atlas Bear, we already have lots of card draw, a lot of allies fighting for that ally slot. It is a mental for Black Cat, but we have some better options here. Okay, Nick we're including. He's card draw, he's thwart. Card draw goes great with our resource, our extra resources through the web shooters and through Quinn Carrier, Ingenuity, and all these things. Draw him off Black Cat, instantly playable. Everybody knows Nick Fury. We don't need to talk about him too much. I usually try to exclude Nick and Professor X and Ironheart and stuff from these kind of decks, but we are very slim on synergy, so the best mental allies are going in. Ironheart, same reason. Card draw, pings an Ultron drone. Not too much to explain there. Snowguard and Venom are both pretty underrated allies. Now Venom, he is kind of thematic to include with a Spider-Man deck, but for the most part, we do not want to be dealing with extra encounter cards, at least not in this type of deck, in solo for sure. We can definitely afford him, we can definitely make use of his stats. The Wild helps with Rock, Paper, Scissors. That'll come up in some future decks. Speaking of wilds, we have Deadpool in it. Hits Rock, Paper, Scissors. He's a 2 thwart. You can keep him around for a little bit if you take the cost of an acceleration token. Usually if you've had him out for 3 turns, then you're pretty close to winning, so the acceleration won't really come into play too much, and it's thematic to have him in the deck. Spider-Man, same thing, very thematic, goes well with Get Ragey. He's a physical, so he's good for stick-to-itiveness, and yeah, just nice, solid ally. Everybody knows some of these allies, so isn't too much reason to talk about him too much. Coming back to Snowguard, she's got that 3 thwart, which was very nice for solo. We can definitely afford her. It's just for a little bit less cost, we can get out Nick Fury, we can get out Spider-Man. So she ends up being just slightly edged out here, but she might come up in some future decks. Vivian, love this ally. She's just so good for spot control on any type of non-permanent card. You have a side scheme, she can blank that effect, blank that icon. You have a bad minion, blanks that activation effect, blanks guard, blanks the when defeated. She can blank any attachment that's not permanent, so if you have like a bad retaliate attachment or something that's like causing you problems for a round, she can go ahead and blank that. Just really good, nice mental to pull off Black Cat. And we can always Get Ragey her for 1 attack and then 2 thwart, so she goes back into the discard. Really nice tempo here, just all around solid ally. Machine Man, we have him in the deck because we have a lot of extra resources here. You can spend your Scientist resource on Machine Man to bump him up to 2/2 stat line in Alter Ego. You can use your Web Shooters if you're in hero form, Quinn Carrier, Ingenuity. He goes really well with these self resources because if you're at triple, you can just drop 3 and bump him up to a 4/4 stat line, and that will clear any minion that Spider-Man's having problems with, or any side scheme usually in solo. So we have a lot of reason to be running Machine Man here. Scientist, the triples, the Web Shooters. He's probably one of the best resource sinks in the game just because you can actually thwart with him versus other resource sinks like Yarn Bjorn or Plan B, where it just ends up being damage. Being able to turn him into thwart, having him sit on the board, being able to use his interrupt in Alter Ego. Very, very nice glue ally for a lot of these builds. And then lastly, we don't have Heimdall in. We could definitely include him. Scientist, triple resources, all the same reasons. Ingenuity, really easy to play him, either turn 1 or whenever you flip to Alter Ego. Draw him off Black Cat, that kind of thing. And he does guarantee that free flip as well. You look at the top 3 cards, you put the lowest boost on top, you make sure the second card is in advance, and then you're good. Flip to Alter Ego, stay in Alter Ego. So Heimdall, really good in a lot of pool decks. We're just not running him here because we have just a few better options here. We got Professor X, we've got Blackout, we've got Not My Responsibility with Aunt May. We don't need his guaranteed flip as much here. Okay. Moving into the upgrades, we're not running any of the honoraries. We don't need the extra hit points. It doesn't help us with the self-resources anyways. None of our allies really want to stay out too long, except potentially Machine Man. Deadpool heals himself, so we don't need the extra hit points there. We also don't need downtime or endurance for similar reasons. They don't help us with the self-resources. We have Aunt May. We're not really going to be making any basic recoveries ever. Okay, Plan B is out because we talked about we already have Machine Man, we have Blackout, we have Tic-Tac-Toe. We just have way better resource sinks than Plan B. And a lot of the times we're going to be ending up with extra resources will be after we flip to Alter Ego. Let's say we draw something off Moon Girl we can't play. We have our Scientist resource. Plan B being locked to hero means that it's just not as good of a resource sink in that regard. We're going to take out the enhanced resources and resourceful because we have Web Shooters covering all that. We don't have any ranged attacks, don't have aerial characters except Vivian. We're not psionic. We don't have enough readies to make Adrenaline Rush and Civic Duty worthwhile. Booster Boots, we're not a Guardian. Sorcerer Supreme, we're not a Mystic. Unshakable, we don't have 14 printed hit points. We're not a Mutant for X-Gene. The only spy character we have here is Nick Fury, so no Espionage. Ready to Rumble, again, we're not going to be exhausting to recover ever. So the only time this is useful is if we are in Alter Ego and draw Exhaustion or something like that. Don't need those. Side Holster, no weapons. X-Force Recruit, we're not X-Force. Depth Focus. The only superpowers we have are Healing Factor, Enhanced Spider Sense, Swing Web Kick. We can afford Healing Factor and Swing Web Kick naturally. Healing Factor, it's once a deck. And then Death Focus being an action means that we won't be able to use that on Enhanced Spider Sense unless we pull a Treachery card in the player phase. Just not super useful in that regard. We're not too worried about boost cards, so Target Acquired is out. Sidearm can be kind of nice with Black Cat, but we already have Get Ragey for her. We don't need the sidearm. And if she ends up kicking the bucket to retaliate, it's not the biggest deal in the world because we kind of want to replay her so we get that free card draw anyways. Not Psionic for Scimitar. Plasma Pistol and Pulse Grenade. We just have better spot removal in Tic-Tac-Toe and our allies. Swing Web Kick is our end game, so don't need those. Ingenuity going in. A lot of times we want to flip down. A lot of ways we can use that mental resource, especially on Blackout and Tic-Tac-Toe. So very nice to be able to have that free mental every round. Helps us with Moon Girl, helps us with so much good things. Symbiote Suit, not enough readies here, I think, to justify the extra card. Our end game is going to be Swing Web Kicks, not our basic attack. We're not really going to be using basic recover, basic defense too much. So the only things it helps us with is the hit points, the hand size, and the plus thwart. We have our allies to thwart. The hit points don't help us too much because we're not going to be taking too much damage, and what we do take is going to be healed up right away. And then the +1 hand size is good, but we can just play Avengers Mansion, and we have our Spider Sense as well. Tenacity, core set card, way too expensive for ready. You guys already know that. Warrior the Great Web, we talked a little bit about it earlier. I think there's a lot of viable decks you can make with Web Warriors and Spider-Man. I think it's super thematic to do this. We just don't want to be leaving it up to chance on like when we draw Warrior the Great Web or Web of Life and Destiny. We want to come out the gate kicking, and this is just a much more narrow deck than what we're looking at for a pool. Okay. Heading into the supports, we can immediately delete a lot of the trait locked supports. No Guardians for CITT, we're not Champion for Mobile Bunker, we're not running any trainings for Danger Room. We don't have any X-Men that we want to heal for X-Mansion. We're not running any player side schemes, we're not a mutant for X-Bunker. Helicarrier, already have plenty of resources. Sky Destroyer, not enough shield cards. We're not an X-Men for X-Jet. We talked about Web of Life and Destiny already. One of the best cards in the game. Amazing, very specific build. We're gonna hold off on that one. So no shield really for Government Liaison. And again, we don't really need the resource discounts here. No Guardian for Nowhere. Moira and Cerebro, we're not mutants. Utopia, we don't have anything to ready. So it comes down to like these 5 supports really. Avengers Tower reduces Avenger allies. Well, we don't even have any Avenger allies despite being an Avenger. Quinn Carrier, extra wild resource. Again, really nice for Moon Girl, really nice for the metagames, really nice for stick-to-itiveness. We're going to be keeping that one in. We can drop it for free off of a self, so really good paying it forward. Avengers Mansion. We have so many resources in this deck. We need card draw to spend those resources on. You draw a hand where it's a lot of Spider-Man situational cards and resources and you need an out. Avengers Mansion is definitely the way to go. Both it and Quinn Carrier are mentals for Black Cat. Crew Quarters. We have Aunt May. No need for that. Team building exercise. We don't have any Avengers in our deck, so no need for team building exercise. Resources, we're only running EGS here, Energy, Genius, Strength. You could make a case for power in all of us thanks to Moon Girl, but again, we already have so many resources, we don't need to be risking any more dead draws. Events. So events are probably some of the weaker cards in Basic, so I'm not going to run through all of them. They're pretty self-explanatory. First aid, we don't really have too much that we want to heal. Hit and run, we have allies for that. So across the Spider-Verse, we're not running the Web Warrior package for this deck. Meditation, it can be okay. We don't care about our ready too much. We have stick to ready if we need to, but we have self-confidence, self-control, self-preservation, no need for meditation. Probably the only events that we would consider running is Assess the Situation, one of the other better resource sinks in the game. Slightly better than a resource sink that does damage, so we'd probably use Assess the Situation rather than bumping Machine Man's attack, unless we have a minion in front of us. But we flip to Alter Ego, we play Black Cat, we play Moon Girl or something, we draw something we can't play, and we play Assess the Situation, paid forward to next turn. Being able to play it in Alter Ego or Hero is very nice, particularly that Alter Ego play, because a lot of the times we end up with extra resources are going to be Alter Ego, but we have so much card draw, so many resources, so many other sinks to sink our resources into, we don't really need to assess. The team-ups, well, Spider-Man doesn't have a team-up, so we can just skip that. And then the side schemes. I think one of our weaknesses early in the game is going to be thwarting. We really just have allies and Spider Tracer to thwart, and while Spider Tracer is a really good rate, we do need a minion in play in order to make use out of it. So we're not going to be making too much use out of specialized training, build support, superpower training, which I think are better in heroes that have a lot of upfront support that can take care of these side schemes early on. And we just have the resources to play the cards that build support and superpower training get us straight up. Now, it does get us webbed up for slightly cheaper, but we can also just play it with our triple resources. We don't need to go through and clear this. Specialized training is okay. It does get us card draw to help us get out of resource glut hands, but we can also have the resources to play Avengers Mansion. We're not going to be making use out of any boosted stats too much. So yeah, this is the thought process behind this deck. I think you could potentially try to include something like Heimdall over maybe Deadpool or maybe over Spider-Man, but I love the Get Ragey synergy with Spider-Man. I love the Wild for Rock, Paper, Scissors on Deadpool, and Heimdall does require a little bit of a specific draw. And we do have those other ways of accessing Alter Ego. So I'm going to go ahead, we're going to set up the core box, we're going to run through Rhino, we're going to run through Klaw, we're going to run through Ultron, show you how the deck works, and then let me know your thoughts in the comments. Okay, it's been quite a while since I have played Rhino, but we've got him set up here, the break-in. We've got break-in and taken coming in with 3 threat. 15 health, no tough, easy peasy, let's go. Okay, so we drew a lot of resources. We're not going to need backflip, we're not going to need tic-tac-toe. Black Cat is nice for card draw here. We got guaranteed 2 threats for break-in and taken, but not quite enough. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this web shooter down. So let's keep going for maybe Moon Girl with the triple mental here. Okay, no Moon Girl. We did get Blackout, which means we will be able to clear break-in and taken. Okay. Let's go ahead and use Enhanced Spider Sense and our Scientist resource to play Black Cat. She's going to discard the top 2 cards. First one not mental, second one not mental. Ouch. Okay. Let's go ahead and use Self-Confidence. No, we're going to use Self-Control on Rock, Paper, Scissors. We're going to flip the hero form. We're going to use Rock, Paper, Scissors, showing an energy, because energy is going to get us a mental here. Okay, it's not. We should have chosen physical, but it's double resource. It's not helping us too much anyways. Spider-Man, Black Cat, both thwart for 1. We throw out Black Cat, or Blackout. Use Self-Confidence. And let's see if we can get this to line up how we want it over that little physical icon. Nope. Well, let's put it in the upper corner there. That clears break-in and taken, and we are good to go. Next round. 5 card hand, 1 threat on the main. Rhino is attacking us. We draw a card from Spider Sense. And I think we're just going to take the attack. We got Aunt May, we have Professor X, we can flip down and heal. So 3, 4, 5 takes us down to 5 hit points. And then our encounter card is Eviction Notice. Well, there's our Alter Ego flip. Not going to get down Queen Carrier, probably. Let's go ahead and flip. We'll exhaust. We'll get rid of Eviction Notice from the game. I usually like to keep these obligations in the game if we can. Discarding 1 card at random at the start of your turn, not super helpful for us. We'll use Scientist to play Aunt May. Aunt May heals us for 4. Okay. No wilds here. Okay. flip up. We could just potentially double swinging web kick. But I don't think so. I think we want to play Quinn Carrier and then hold on to Professor X. Let's see what rock, paper, scissors gets us. We're going to show mental here. Go for physical. We did. Okay. Well, that makes everything easier. Strength and web shooter for the Quinn Carrier. And then Quinn Carrier on our two swing web kicks for Professor X. He's going to confuse, just keeping it safe out here. Professor X clears the main. Black Cat gets a free ping onto Rhino. And we are set up very nicely here. 5-card hand, 1 threat on the main, 1 more for Spider Sense. He's going to take it to Professor X. And that's 1 advance down. Our main loss condition against Rhino here. And then our encounter card. Hard to keep down. Rhino heals 4 damage. If no damage is healed, it gains Surge, so it heals 1. Nice easy encounter card when all it does is heal 1. Back to the Rhino days. It's been a long time. Definitely want to get down Ingenuity. And probably Stick. Yeah. Let's go ahead and swing for 3. We'll use... can we get... I think we can get Webbed Up and Ingenuity. Well, here, let's start with rock, paper, scissors. We're going to show an energy in our hand, going for mental. It is mental. It's Ironheart. Let's go. Okay, well. Machine Man. And I think Healing Factor. We're not going to need this game for Ironheart. Draw a card. Ironheart. Pings him for 1. Nick Fury, I think we're going to hold on to. We're going to spend Swing Web Kick and Webbed Up for Stick-to-itiveness. Maybe we don't hold Nick Fury. We'll also use Quinn Carrier to move 1 threat into Blackout. We're going to treat it as an energy here, because that's a resource that we often are struggling to have in hand. Get us closer to that Confuse, clears the main, flip down. Our Scientist resource and Nick Fury for Ingenuity. Aunt May, heal us to full. Yeah. Go us. 6 threat. Or sorry, 6 card hand. 1 threat. Confused. Encounter card is Master Plan. Discarding for a side scheme. We got minions out. We got Stick. So I think it's just go time. We probably start swinging Web Kick. Oh, they're all in the discard. Okay, Bomb Scare. Comes in with 3 threat. Not too bad. Scientist resource with Avengers Mansion. So get in front of me. Enhanced Spider Sense. Ingenuity Scientist. Avengers Mansion. We'll draw a card. Oh, Moon Girl. Okay. Quinn Carrier. Moon Girl. Or sorry, Quinn Carrier, Deadpool. Not my responsibility. Moon Girl. Draw 3 more cards. This is where it kind of goes off the rails with Spider-Man here. So much card draw. We got the Get Ragey with Black Cat, with Moon Girl. Probably use it on Moon Girl because we want to get it back in the discard. So we're going to flip up. We'll have Moon Girl with Word for 2. We'll use Get Ragey. She readies. She's got 3 attack. We'll take 3 off of Rhino. Take him from 11 to 8. She goes back into the discard. Let's see. Black Cat attacks for 1. Spider-Man can clear Bomb Scare. And then I think we could ready with Backflip. Probably better to keep Vivian in the discard than play her and shump her. So yeah, let's go ahead and ready with Backflip. And we'll attack for 2. Ooh, rock, paper, scissors. Let's show this energy. Go for a mental. It's not a mental. And then I think we will pitch Spider Tracer as an energy. Cover up the other energy part of our blackout. We'll keep Ironheart around as a chump. pitch Vivian, and let's see what happens. 1 threat on the main. We draw a card from Spider Sense. He's attacking. Block with Ironheart. Probably don't even need to chump this much. Advance. Rhino Schemin'. 1, 2. And the other card is his Ivory Horn, +1 attack. Okay, I'm trying to remember how much health he has on stage 3. I want to say it's like 16 to 18. Just need to be able to deal about 23 damage, maybe. We did not draw any of that. We did redraw Vivian. Alright, let's draw a card with Avengers Mansion. Deadpool. We're going to show Deadpool for Rock, Paper, Scissors. He's the only other wild in this deck, so it's going to be a guaranteed draw. It's Professor X. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and use Self-Preservation for Professor X. Get the Confuse. He'll clear the main. Sometimes you don't want to do that just because we need blackout triggers. There's so little threat in this scenario right now. What else can we do? Black Cat? No. I would love to be able to ping his Tough. Well, we're going to be able to get rid of our stun with Quinn Carrier once he stuns us. So I think it's fine. We'll attack with Spider-Man. We'll attack with Black Cat for 1. We'll go Not My Responsibility and Strength for Deadpool. Deadpool will attack for 2. We'll advance him. Okay, he's tough. I'm stunned. We're going to use Quinn Carrier, Stick-to-itiveness, ready, clear our stun. Where'd that tough card go? There it is. This is the hazard of like changing the setup for streaming, is that stuff gets caught under other stuff. I'll go ahead and use Ingenuity, Spider Tracer, Vivian. Get Professor X out. Vivian can blank the horn. She can ping the tough. Okay. And yeah, we just want to get Swing Web Kick now. Start ending the game. Got none. Did get Spider-Man. So maybe we draw into get Ragey off of Spider Sense here. 1, he's attacking us. We draw a card. Swing Web Kick. There we go. We'll jump with Vivian. And this is going to be a very quick Rhino game. Give him a tough. Okay, Black Cat pings a tough away. We'll attack for 2. Daredevil attacks for 2. And I think we're going to have it exactly how we need it. Self-confidence for Swing Web Kick. Takes off 8. And then we'll use Genius and Backflip for Spider-Man. Give him +2 attack, and he attacks for 4. We didn't even use a lot of these other resources, card draw, etc. Just didn't need them. Rhino. Cakewalk. Maybe we'll have to start excluding Rhino in our future games. It'll be nice for someone like Hulk to Hulk Pool to be able to have a nice win. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set up Klaw, and I will see you in a few seconds in your time. Alright, and we're back. We got game 2 set up here. We've got Klaw. He's got the Immortal Claw out here. +10 hit points. He's up to 28. Defense Network. Crisis Acceleration out here. And then he's going to mill for a minion in just a second. Here we go. 1 revealed. Immortal Claw. And discard cards until a minion is discarded. Put it engaged with the first player. Masters of Evil is our mod. And it's going to be Weapons Runner to start. Okay. Player deck all shuffled up. And let's get started. So we can always clear Weapons Runner turn 1, but we probably... my typical Klaw strategy is to clear the acceleration, because the acceleration shortens the amount of turns that we have on the main. So if we clear the Crisis first, it'll probably go up to like 2 to 4. But if we clear the acceleration first, the Crisis is more easy to clear, and then we can handle the main when it's only going up by 1 a turn. Spider Tracer, not too bad here if we got one. Let's go ahead and mulligan this whole hand. Yeah, Blackout's okay, but we need a little bit faster thwarting, I think. Okay, Moongrill. Moongrill with 3 mentals. And Spider-Man. Okay, we're going to use Avengers Mansion, not my responsibility, our scientist resource. Play Moongrill. Draw 3 cards. There's Spider Tracer too. It might be worth... Maybe you don't have to play Spider-Man now, because... Yeah, I mean, we could clear both schemes with Spider-Man and Spider Tracer, but we can also do it with... We can get Moongrill to lower defense network pretty well. So I think what I want to do, actually, is play Quinn Carrier. Or we play Black Cat, draw 2, and then play Quinn Carrier. So we play Black Cat. If we draw 2, we play it, and then Quinn Carrier plays Spider Tracer. It's risky. Yeah, I mean, the easy play here is we play Quinn Carrier, play Spider Tracer, Spider-Man takes that weapons runner, we clear a side scheme, Moongrill gets the crisis down to 2, and then we're smooth sailing. We are left with an extra resource. Black Cat, if she draws 2, is going to guarantee us Cat, Quinn Carrier, and Spider Tracer, which is really fun. I guess we could always just hold backflip, but what's the fun in doing the smart plays? We'll flip up. Maybe we hold Black Cat the next turn, not backflip. Jump with Moongrill. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do 3. Quinn Carrier. Quinn Carrier can play Spider Tracer on the weapons runner. We'll attack him. He goes away. This is going to clear the acceleration scheme. So he's going to go back down to 18. Moongrill. Oops. Moongrill will go ahead and take 2 threat here. She takes 2 consequential. And we're going to ready up. And Black Cat. Oh, Black Cat into Professor X with Get Ragey. Some nice stuff here. Okay. 1 threat coming on the main. He's attacking us. We're going to draw a card. I think we're going to take the first hit to the face. Save Moongrill. So it's going to be 1. Double boost cards. 1, 2, 3. 3 damage. Encounter card. Crisis of Infinite Deadpools. Reveal the set-aside Dreadpool minion. Shuffle the rest of the encounter set into the encounter deck. Remove this card from the game. Oh yeah, the side scheme too. Good thing we saved Moongrill. Place 2 threat here for each player who controls 1 or more pool cards. We don't have any pool cards yet, so just 2. And then the rest of these go into the encounter deck. This is removed from the game. There we go. Okay. Let's have Moongrill. Let's have Moongrill take out the Amplify. She goes away. I'll get Rage and Professor X also does some work. We could have canceled that with Get in Front of Me. That'd been funny. Jump it into Moongrill. But we got to see the Dreadpool stuff, so it's a-okay. Quinn Carrier, Healing Factor. Let's go ahead and play Black Cat first. Discards the top 2, not a mental. Genius. Perfect. And so this is in action, meaning we can do that in Alter Ego. Let's go ahead. Spider-Man can put 2 damage onto Dreadpool. Black Cat can go ahead and take him out. So he gets dealt to us as a face-down encounter card. We can flip over. We can use our Scientist resource. And actually, no, let's use Genius to play Ingenuity. Ingenuity, Scientist, and Get in Front of Me for Professor X. Let's go ahead and confuse Klaw. Professor X will clear the crisis. And then we'll use Get Ragey, ready him, clear them in. Okay, whoops, he's not in hand. The perils of playing on Tabletop Simulator. The physics. Ready up. 6 card hand size. 1 threat. He's confused. 2 encounter cards. First one's Dreadpool. Second one, Weapons Runner. That's going to surge into Under Fire for 2 more. Here I thought everything was under control. Okay, gets a Sonic Converter. Eviction Notice. Yeah, let's go ahead and exhaust. Clear that from the game. We don't want to risk discarding Ant-Man. Converter. Stuns. Not the worst for us. Okay. Well, we're going to use our Scientist resource on Aunt May. She'll heal us back to full. I guess that's one of the things about Dreadpool, is you always have to reveal your encounter cards in order. So if you get... He's always the first card revealed if you're playing solo. So if you draw Gang Up, he's going to activate. There's no drawing Gang Up and then revealing Deadpool. It's always reveal Deadpool first. Very interesting. Unless you deck out before you defeat him. Let's see, Swing Web Kick, we're probably not playing that. Ironheart we definitely want to play, I think. So let's do Tic-Tac-Toe, Swing Web Kick for Ironheart. Draw a card. Spider Tracer. Not too helpful here. We'll flip up. Let's have Ingenuity play Rock, Paper, Scissors. We use Rock, Paper, Scissors, showing energy, of course. And we get a triple resource. Use that triple resource on Stick, Quinn Carrier, Stick, Spider-Man. We'll do Spider-Man Black Cat, take out Dreadpool, Ironheart, clear them in, and we'll leave that Weapons Runner alone for now. Alright, drop that. Draw 5 cards. 1 threat on the main. We're being attacked. We draw a card from Spider Sense. Klaw gets 2 boost cards. We're gonna block with Ironheart. Exhaust each ally I control. There goes Black Cat. Okay. Weapons Runner hits us for 1. 2 encounter cards. She's gone. First one, Dreadpool. Second one, Anti-Regeneration Ray. Attached to Dreadpool, otherwise attached to the villain. When an attached character attacks a non-villain character, treat the attacked character's text box as if it were blank. Alright, well, all we have to do is defeat him. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Self-preservation, only a double resource here. Let's go ahead and use it. Go for a mental. Rock, paper, scissors. It's a wild. The only brick in the deck. But we can do... Are we going to flip to Alter Ego this turn? Probably not. Yeah. I think we've seen all of our Alter Ego flips. So energy, self-preservation, Neck Fury. I was going to draw us 3. So before we do that, we should get Vivian out. Let's go Machine Man. Let's go Spider Sense. Let's get Vivian. Let's have her blank. What are we going to blank? He's elite. Can't blank him. We'll blank the Sonic Converter. So, this is not going to stun us. We'll have Vivian ping 1 into Dreadpool. We'll go ahead and play Nick, draw those last 3 cards. 2, 4, Nick, draw 3. A lot of physical here. Swing Web Kick, playable. Spider-Man, go ahead and flip Dreadpool back over. This goes in the discard. Nick can go ahead and take out Weapons Runner. Okay. Ingenuity, self-confidence for Swing Web Kick. Take Klaw down to 10. We can use Strength as a ready. Let's use Quinn Carrier as our ready. And then we can take 2 more. In order to just clear them in. We should probably just clear them in. Hold on to the Strength. Maybe we draw back into Avengers Mansion. We have an extra card. We have 2 extra cards. Triple encounter card turn. Okay, 1 threat on the man. We're going to draw a card from Spider Sense. We're going to block with Vivian. 1, 2. No boost effects. She's gone. 3 cards. First Dreadpool, second Gang Up. So we're going to block. We're going to draw a card from our Spider Sense. We're going to block the attack with Nick. 2 boost cards. If this activation deals damage to you, exhaust your hero. It's not. Whirlwind. Deal 1 damage to each hero. Okay, so we did take a little bit of damage anyways. And then Dreadpool will attack us for 2. Still in range for Aunt May, so that's not too bad. Sonic Boom. Spend 3 resources or exhaust each character. So it's essentially giving up 3 damage for 3 resources. So let's go ahead and exhaust. Okay. This really isn't that bad. We got Get Ragey with Spider-Man here. Let's go ahead and Ingenuity with Strength for Spider-Man. He's going to be 4 attack. We'll flip Dreadpool back down. We'll use Get Ragey. Now he's at 5 attack. Take Klaw down to 5. Cool. Self-preservation is still a double, so let's go ahead and get Ironheart down, draw a card, take a threat. Now we could just blackout, but we really haven't had too much threat to deal with. I would love to flip for Aunt May. I don't see it happening. Oh yeah, this is no longer blinked. The Sonic Converter here. Maybe we just spend the resources on this. Yeah. Webbed Up. And Blackout and Quinn Carrier. It's 3 to get rid of that. We can spend the other Webbed Up on Stick to ready. We forgot Rock, Paper, Scissors again. We'll do 2 damage. Okay. 1 threat on. He's attacking us. We drop Spider Sense. We're going to defend with Ironheart. 2 boosts. A 0 boost. A 2 boost. Ironheart is gone. 2 encounter cards. First is Dreadpool. Second is Poolized. When revealed, attach to the ally with the highest cost without Poolized attached, otherwise gain Surge. Treat the ally as a pool minion with a blank text box. Scheme is equal to its thwart, doesn't take the consequential. So there goes Spider-Man. He's only got 1 hit point left. We don't mind too much. Okay, now we got Moon Girl. Now we got Avengers Mansion. Flipping is looking much better. Let's go ahead and Black Cat to take out Miles. Puts him back in the deck. We do have Not My Responsibility, so we can probably flip pretty safely. Yeah. We'll put 2 damage on Dreadpool. Because if we do play Moon Girl, we don't want him to scheme. It's worth more than 1 threat. Let's flip down. This. Do we want it ready? Don't think so. Let's do Rock, Paper, Scissors, though. And I think we'll show mental here, going for physical. Nope. Once I've got that anyways, no energy. So we will flip down. Scientist, Quinn Carrier, Ingenuity for Moon Girl to draw 3. Oof, if we drew into Professor X there, that would have been clutch. We'll go ahead and Swinging Web Kick. Swing Web Kick. We probably could have... Could we have won? Nah. A little bit too far away. Swing Web Kick, Swing Web Kick. Deadpool. Machine Man. Avengers Mansion, draw a card. Spider Sense for Web Shooter. Aunt May heals us to full. And we should definitely have it in the bag pretty soon. Moon Girl will flip Dreadpool back over. And she's probably going to take a big thwart from Not My Responsibility. Okay. Neat. 1 threat. He schemes for 2. 3, 4. We're going to Not My Responsibility. Actually, we're going to take it into Spider-Man. Heal back up with Aunt May. 2 cards. First is Dreadpool. Second is Radioactive Man. Alright, back to us. Aunt May heals us to full. Avengers Mansion. Draw a card. Spider Tracer. Let's go ahead and use our Scientist resource to put Spider Tracer onto Dreadpool. Do we have 7 damage for Radioactive Man? 2, 2. Okay, we do. Let's put on Radioactive Man instead.
Let's go ahead and flip up. Put 2 damage on him. 1 more with Black Cat, that's 3. Let's rock, paper, scissors. We'll show mental again, going for physical. Nope. Let's use a web shooter to play web shooter. Let's use this web shooter to ready us with stick. Deal 2 more, gets him down to 5. We're going to play tic-tac-toe. I think we're just going to heal damage from Moon Girl, actually. Yeah. Let's do Ingenuity Quinn Carrier. We'll do that as an energy and a mental, healing both from Moon Girl. She's going to attack to take out Radioactive Man. Triggers the Tracer. He gets out of here. We got a pretty good hand here. Yeah. There's nothing else to heal, so we can't trigger tic-tac-toe, which is unfortunate. I'd love to get some damage there. I mean, 3 is great for Dreadpool. Or Klaw here. But we'll hold on to it. Let's not deck out. 1 threat, he's attacking. Draw card. We're going to take it to the backflip. Okay. Well, backflip for 3 damage. Only 1 encounter card. It's Dreadpool. Oh yeah, he hits us for 2. Solid sound body, retaliate. Okay. Whale. With self-control, I probably could have exhausted to save it, but let's go ahead and rock, paper, scissors, showing energy. Nope. Let's see, there's only 1 more card. Let's get some stuff into the discard first. Quinn Carrier, Ingenuity, and Genius for healing factor. 1 web shooter and self-control for Professor X. Let's go ahead and spend. Oh, I guess we could have healed to full first. So let's go ahead and do this in a different order. So we had 5 cards in hand. We could use both web shooters. Healing with tic-tac-toe. Back to full. So we'll use 1 as this middle physical, and we'll use 1 as the leftmost physical. Kind of weird, but you can kind of tell here. Okay. And that puts self-control at max, which plays healing factor. And I think these 3 cards play Professor, get that confused. And then I think Moon Girl will just deal 2 damage to Klaw, get back into our discard. So we still have Ingenuity ready, and now an Avengers Mansion decks us. Nope, just a resource. Well, Professor X can thwart here. I'm trying to remember what happens to Klaw when he flips, but let's go ahead and see. So we get stage 3 Klaw. He's tough. Extra hit points, extra stats, and that's it. Now he does have retaliate, so retaliate 1 here. Black Cat. I'm going to go ahead and use Quinn Carrier, Ingenuity, and Energy to get rid of his retaliate. Guess we could have done that first. Save that retaliate from her. Spider-Man will deal 2 to Klaw. It's looking pretty nice. 5 threat. Sorry, 5 cards, 1 threat on the main scheme. How many times can I do that in this video? Wow. 5 cards, 1 threat on the main scheme. He's attacking. We draw with Spider Sense. Defend with Professor X. 2 boost cards. Give him a tough. Oh, you know what? He already had a tough, and I forgot to put it on him. So, yeah. He should be back to max health. Good thing we catch these. Dreadpool is attacking. We will spend backflip. Keep ourselves at max. 2 encounter cards. Advance.
He's confused. Metacidal tendencies. We're hitting the whole Dreadpool encounter set here. Deal 2 damage to each Deadpool core character. 3 if Dreadpool is in play. If no damage was dealt this way, place an acceleration token on the main scheme. Nice. I guess we didn't need backflip. We had healing factor. What we'll play... We'll use self-preservation on rock, paper, scissors, going for mental. Not mental. So we'll pitch that for Spider-Man. We'll give him +4 attack. Black Cat will ping the tough. Not +4, +2, making him 4. One of these days I'll record at a normal hour of the day. 2 more damage from our basic attack. Draw 1 from Avengers Mansion. Get ragey there would have been so clutch. I guess we can go ahead and Ingenuity a Spider Tracer on. We can Web Shooter, ready with stick. He has 2 swing web kicks away. So I think we can just... let's deal him 2. We do have tic-tac-toe. So we spend, get in front of me. That gets us a diagonal line here. Energy, mental, physical. So tic-tac-toe. We will choose to pop it because we have 3 in a row. We'll pop it on Dreadpool. That's going to clear the main with Spider Tracer. Okay, so far so good. That healed Spider-Man. And we'll flip down. Not my responsibility, into ourselves, most likely. Alright, swing web kick. Nope, but Nick Fury. 2 on the man. He's going to scheme for 3, 4. We're going to take that as damage with not my responsibility. 2 encounter cards. First is Dreadpool, second is Poolized. So, freshly healed Miles. He has betrayed us twice this game. But that's okay. Aunt May heals us to 4. And we'll use our Scientist resource along with this triple from Self-Control. Play Nick Fury. I think we're going to have the damage. Avengers Mansion, draw 1 more. Swing web kick, there it is. Flip up. No energy, so no chance to draw another swing web kick off rock, paper, scissors. Oh well. No more card draw. Oh wait, we have Ironheart. There we go. Strength. Ironheart. Draw card. We'll use Self-Confidence on swing web kick. Bring him down to 6. Spider-Man, Black Cat, Nick, and Ironheart take him down to 0. And there you have it. Klaw, Spider-Man Pool, the basic cards putting in work, metagame, stick, and let's move on to Ultron. Okay, see you in another couple of seconds. That was so fast, maybe I won't even edit it out. So here we go, we got Ultron. Ultron drones in play, shuffle his deck, shuffle our deck. We get a drone. 6 cards. Nick Fury, turn 1, looking good. We're not going to need backflip. We're not going to need Machine Man. There's nothing for Vivian to blank, although she has a good drone answer. We have Nick, we have our basic. Triple plus Nick, draw 3 cards. Or sorry, triple plus Scientist. And we got Quinn Carrier as well. Well, let's see. There we go. So we have our triple resource. We have Scientist. We're going to play Nick. We're going to draw 3 cards. Webbed up. Very nice. Stick, rock, paper, scissors, Quinn Carrier. So many good cards here. Well, let's go ahead and flip. We will use Webbed Up and Genius on Quinn Carrier. Quinn Carrier can play Web Shooter. We're going to use Web Shooter. Sorry, no we're not. We're going to use Spider Tracer to play Rock, Paper, Scissors. And let's see if we can draw a mental off this energy here. Nope. Unfortunate. So stick. But this is why we didn't use our web shooter resource to get down rock, paper, scissors. Okay, we can clear that drone, and we can deal 2 to Ultron. Pretty good start. I don't think we're going to be able to play stick next turn, so let's go ahead and pitch that. Well, it is a good card for rock, paper, scissors. Oh, we'll hold it. We will hold it. If I draw a Deadpool, that would be unfortunate. Okay, when threat on. He is attacking us, so he's going to get a drone. We're going to draw a card with Spider-Man. And then we're going to chump his attack into Nick. Okay. The drone will hit us for 1. And our encounter card. Shadow of the Past, turn 1. How do you like that? So Vulture is going to quick strike us for 3. Gets us down to 6. We're going to lose a random card from our hand. Always a fun mechanic. It's going to be Ingenuity. And the rest of these cards go right in there. Oh, we could have enhanced Spider Sense that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and Energy. Stick. And we can use Quinn Carrier. Oh, wait. Let's attack for 2. How are we going to do this? We didn't do what we said we were going to do. We were going to use stick for rock, paper, scissors. Go for mental. There's Moon Girl. Moon Girl into Professor X would be super clutch right now. Yeah, that would be amazing. 2 mentals and scientist for it. Let's go ahead. Spend our hero resources. Energy, web shooter. Actually, we don't even need to spend a web shooter. We will get Ingenuity back when we clear that, so we want to be an alter ego when we clear it. How does web shooter help us? If we had used it to play enhanced Spider Sense. Energy, stick, web shooter for stick. There we go. We'll do that. Web shooter, stick. We ready? We will take 1, flip down, scientist, enhance Spider Sense, swing web kick, Moon Girl, draw 3. Where's Professor X? Not here, but Ironheart could get him. Healing factor, get in front of me. Ironheart, draw card. No Professor X. Okay, well Moon Girl will go ahead and clear the acceleration, gets us Ingenuity back to hand. We can use Strength to play Ingenuity. We're getting a lot of build going. Ironheart can take 1 off the man, but it's still going to pop when he schemes anyway, so let's go ahead and just ping this drone. If that was Professor X, that would have been embarrassing. Swing web kick can take care of Vulture next turn, so maybe we hold on to that. We've also got 2 attack plus stick can take care of him. We'll just hold. We'll hold. 5 cards. There he is. We only need to draw 5 more cards to hit him. 1 threat. Ultron schemes for 2, 3, 4. That's going to pop. And that's going to get us a drone minion. But at least it didn't pop in step 1, so we don't have to deal with this forced response. Okay, drone and Voltron each scheme for 1. And our encounter card is going to be Invasive AI. Each player discards the top 3 cards of our deck. So we're probably going to deck out next turn. Not terrible, actually, but there goes Aunt May. So maybe we want to recover. Well, it doesn't change self-control at all. We'll use Scientist and we'll use Self-Control for Professor X. Let's get a Confuse on him. Let's go ahead and clear this hazard. That clears up a lot of the board for us. We probably want Moon Girl and Ironheart back into our discards. We're going to have Moon Girl thwart for 2. We'll have Ironheart take out this drone. There's Deadpool. Okay. Spider-Man can take out Vulture. So I don't think we need our basics. We can recover for 3 just to be safe. Flip up. What can we rock, paper, scissors with? Rock, paper, scissors, and mental. Go for physical. It is physical. Oops. Webbed up. We took the quick strike from Vulture, right? I think we did. Webbed up on him. Stops 2 drones. It's not bad. Can we play it and Spider-Man? Don't think so. Looks like we're 1 resource short. We do have backflip. We can always hold backflip if we need. Swing web kick and Spider-Man. Both of these are possible. That looks like a good time, actually. Don't even worry about stick. So we'll do backflip, swing web kick, and webbed up. For Spider-Man, he's at +2 attack, clears Vulture. Quinn Carrier, Ingenuity, Web Shooter for swing web kick. And we'll take him down to 12. Alright, looking pretty good. We decked out. We have blockers. 1 threat on the main, we'll make it 2. He's attacking us, gets a drone, block with Professor X. It's a big block. Drone hits us for 1, 2 encounter cards. Ooh, not my responsibility can block the threat on Assault on NORAD, so probably should have spent that. Playing a little bit too fast for our first video here. 2 attachments. Retaliate 1, and when he schemes, he gets threat on side schemes. Not terrible for us. We'll have Spider-Man ping the drone. Let's go Web Shooter to play Web Shooter. That's 3. And then Quinn, Web Shooter, Ingenuity, and Tic-Tac-Toe. For Avengers Mansion, we will show Mental on Rock, Paper, Scissors. Nope. Avengers Mansion to draw 1. Let's use Get Ragey on Spider-Man. He's at 3 attack. We'll do all 3 into Ultron. Retaliate takes him out. And we'll thwart 1 here. We've got Aunt May coming back up, so I feel pretty good about not my responsibility. Holding on to that, yeah. Just throw Blackout out here. Flip here. And unfortunately nothing to spend our scientist resource on. Okay. Draw 5. We're going to not my responsibility the Assault on NORAD here. So instead of placing the first threat, we're going to take it as damage. And because the response is only after placing threat, because we place no threat here, it's not going to trigger. So not my responsibility is going to deal us 1 damage. That doesn't happen. Ultron is confused, and we get 1 encounter card. Sweeping Swoop. Stun your hero. If Vulture's in play, it gains Surge. We don't have a hero, so there's no stun, and Vulture's not in play, so there's no Surge. That's just a blank encounter card. Okay, Black Cat and Ironheart can draw some cards here. I'm thinking we just recover for 3. Scientist plus Enhanced Spider Sense for Black Cat. Discard the top 2. Mental. Also mental. Well, now we have a better play than Ironheart, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and flip. Avengers Mansion, draw a card. And we got Self-Control. Let's go ahead and Rock, Paper, Scissors showing energy. Nope. Okay. Self-Control and Ingenuity for Nick. Let's draw 3. Self-Preservation can go ahead and get Deadpool down. Okay. Exhaust Hero, spend double energy. Web Shooter for stick, ready, and we're gonna get rid of this just so I don't have to deal with Retaliate. Black Cat, Nick, and Deadpool. Actually, we'll have Deadpool clear the main, but Black Cat and Nick will deal 3 damage. Actually, let's hold off on Nick. Let's keep him at 8. Let's even hold off on Deadpool here. So we did 1 with Black Cat. If we ping him with Swing Web Kick, we get a side scheme and some drones. And I think that's the move, actually. Let's go ahead and Quinn Carrier, Ironheart, and Machine Man for Swing Web Kick. And we'll advance him. When revealed, we get the Ultron's Imperative side scheme. Might have seen that in the discard already. There it is. I think it was a boost card. 1/2 threats, and we get 2 drones. He's at 27 health. He's no longer going to get one when he attacks us. Each drone minion gets +1 hit point. And he cannot take damage while one's in play. This includes overkill damage. Okay, Deadpool will go ahead and take out the side scheme. Nick will take out one of the drones. And yeah, I think we're on the way. We'll spend Vivian to move 1 threat to Blackout. Alright. Looking pretty good. Think we can win next turn. 5. Let's see, 1 on the main. No swing web kicks. Huh. Okay, 1 on the main. We'll add 2 more on the main, so it's up to 4. We're going to draw a card from Spider Sense. No extra drone. Attack goes to Nick Fury. Okay. And then do we take our drone attack? I'm thinking yes. Drone hits us for 2. Because it has +1 attack from Ultron. And only 1 encounter card. Swarm attack. Each drone minion engaged with hero attacks. We'll take that. Down to 6. We do have Aunt May. No confuses, unfortunately. And we don't have enough threat for Blackout either. That's unfortunate. Let's see. We'll have Dreadpool take out the drone. Let's draw a card with Avengers Mansion. Moon Girl. Well, now, do we have Not My Responsibility, Professor X? Are they both into the discard? Not My Responsibility, yes, there it is. How many swing web kicks? Because if we draw multiple swinging web kicks, we could probably win next turn. It looks like there's only 1 left in the deck. So I'll probably draw it with Moon Girl, which is unfortunate. When it's not playable. Maybe we just web them up. Ignore everything, web them up. We know swing web kick's mental, so let's go ahead and rock, paper, scissors with energy. We'll get genius. Now I really want to flip down. Even if he goes to countdown to oblivion, we should have enough turns to win. 27 damage. We'll put 3 on him to start. 24. So 3 swing web kicks away. Let's go ahead and web up. Stick, ready. 2 more damage. We can use Web Shooter to get down Aunt May. Flip down, Aunt May heals us to full. And then Scientist, Quinn Carrier, Ingenuity for Moon Girl. I don't think we want any of these in our shuffle, so it's okay if we deck out here. Extra encounter card. Not a lot of good stuff. We have Spider Tracer, and Backflip for healing factor. Not that it's doing us much good. Moon Girl, 2 threat. Probably should use Blackout. But we should be okay. We got 1 swing web kick. We want to draw another one. Puts us in range. And we don't even need the doubles to play both, so we can just get rid of that. Okay, 5 cards. No second one, but we did get Nick Fury. Okay, 1 threat here. We're going to put 2 more on. Ultron schemes for 2, 3. Deal 1 damage to each character we control. Wow. What? Doesn't even pop that. But Deadpool and Moon Girl. They're both gone. We take a damage. Black Cat takes a damage. 2 encounter cards. First one, Ultron Drone. he's going to be at 5 hit points. The next one's at 2. That's a pretty big damage sponge there. And then Swarm Attack is going to get us another drone minion. Okay, Aunt May heals us. Vendor's Mansion draws us. Self-Control, pretty good. Self-Control and Scientist for Nick Fury. Draw 3. Another Swing Web Kicks. Now we have to get through all these drones. Let's show energy off Rock, Paper, Scissors. Go for Swing Web Kick. Nope. We'll do 2 into this drone. And we'll do 3 into the advanced drone. So he's down to 2. So backflip with stick pops him. We get another 2 hit point drone here. Very annoying. Ingenuity and energy for Spider-Man. Get Ragey would help. We'll put him to 4 attack. Get rid of that. Is there any way we can draw more? I don't think so. I think we just go for Swing Web Kicks. We don't have enough for 2, so we gotta hold 1. So we'll do Spider Sense, Web Shooter, Tic-Tac-Toe, 4 Swing Web Kick, take him down to 14. We can use Quinn Carrier to take 1 threat off of Assault on NORAD. Put it here. How many advances have we seen? I think that's the only way we lose. If he draws an advance after step 1, pushes us out. Have we seen Not My Responsibility? That can always help too. We have not. So there's a chance we draw that, and we don't have to worry about this whole thing. We also have Enhanced Spider Sense coming up probably. What are the chances of not drawing either of those? Okay, we'll hold on to it. 4 cards. We did not draw either. Look at that. So maybe we have to get a drone. 2, we get a drone. He is attacking us. We will draw a card. Our other Swing Web Kick will put the attack into Nick Fury. If this activation deals damage to a friendly character, stun it. So Nick Fury is stunned, and then he is discarded. 2 damage from the drone is fine, and then our encounter card. Each player gets a drone. Alright. Healing Factor will heal us to full. Spider-Man, Miles will take out the drones. And we'll go Self-Confidence for Swing Web Kick. Get him down to 6. And we can get Ragey's Black Cat or just pitch everything for our other Swing Web Kick for a win. Alright, so that was the whole core set cleared by Spider-Man Pool. You can see how stuff like Blackout was able to help us with some spot threat removal. Rock, Paper, Scissors can clutch into some Swing Web Kicks or for just a lot of mental cards. Yeah, a lot of emphasis on basic allies when playing like the stronger pool decks. We got to see Get Ragey with Spider-Man one time. So, deck's pretty good. Go over the link in the description. And I hope you enjoyed this look into Spider-Man Pool and what we can accomplish. Getting into a Get in Front of Me or a Not My Responsibility play off of Spider Sense. If they draw advance is always kind of cool. Nice how it interacts with Ultron here. And yeah, I wish we hadn't missed those Shadows of the Past or Crisis of Infinite Deadpool cancels, but it's kind of cool you got to see that you can still overcome those roadblocks anyways. Alright, have a good one. Let me know how you like this, and see you next time.